Welcome to the 60th episode of Kanga Crypto News, your go-to source for fast and trustworthy updates in the world of crypto. I'm Kuba and I'm bringing you the latest and most important stories. As always, later in this episode, I'll go over the rules of our competition where you can win some KNG tokens, and I'll also reveal the winner from the last week's round. But before we proceed, please remember that all the information in Kanga Crypto News is carefully compiled by our expert Kanga analysts using reliable sources only. Please note, however, that this is not an investment advice. New episodes of Kanga Crypto News are released every Friday. If you want to stay informed about the most crucial developments in the world of crypto, subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so you never miss any important update. Ukraine is moving toward creating a strategic Bitcoin reserve amid ongoing conflict with Russia. MP Yaroslav Zelezniak is preparing to submit a bill focused solely on Bitcoin, following prior broader crypto reserve proposals. Binance has voiced support, with regional head Kirill Khamaykov noting that significant legislative reforms will be needed. Ukraine, currently reforming its digital asset laws, could become the first European country to establish such reserve. A ceasefire with Russia could further boost crypto sentiment in the region. Donald Trump asserted that the US leads China in crypto, shifting focus from trade tensions to digital asset supremacy. The US reportedly holds over 198,000 bitcoins compared to China's 190,000. Trump's statement comes as America pushes forward with Bitcoin Reserve Initiative. Market reactions were modest, with crypto rising 0.7% and the total capitalization hitting $3.34 trillion. Analysts highlight the geopolitical implications of this crypto rivalry, especially as China invests in infrastructure while the US focuses on asset accumulation. A joint request by Ripple and the SEC to modify a prior judgment has been denied by Judge Analisa Torres, who called it procedurally improper. The proposed deal would have reduced Ripple's penalty from $125 million to $50 million and lifted restrictions on token sales. However, the court insisted such changes require proof of exceptional circumstances under Federal Rule 60. As a result, the injunction remains in place and XRP dropped nearly 5% following the decision. The ongoing legal saga, now in its 5th year, may see appeals resume. President Trump criticized Fed Chair Jerome Powell for delaying interest rate cuts, calling him "too late, Powell." Trump claims most experts support immediate rate reductions to support economic growth. Powell has kept rates at 4.25 to 4% due to persistent inflation and trade tensions. May PPI data, however, shows easing inflation, adding pressure on the Fed. Investors are closely watching as lower interest rates often drive capital into crypto markets, potentially triggering a bullish run. Strategy added 7,390 bitcoins between May 12th to 18th, worth $764.9 million at an average price of $103,498 per bitcoin. The firm holds 576,200 bitcoins valued at over $40 billion. This comes amid a class action lawsuit alleging misleading statements about Bitcoin strategy risks and profitability. Despite legal woes, Master's stock surged past $400 and is up 38% year to date. Meanwhile, Japanese firm Metaplanet and Basel Medical are also expanding Bitcoin holdings. Bitcoin critic Peter Schiff criticized the continued purchases as reckless. XRP Futures have officially launched on the CME, a major milestone for institutional adoption. The first trade occurred on Hidden Road, a platform acquired by Ripple. Analysts believe this increases the odds of XRP ETF approval, currently estimated at over 80%. However, XRP's price showed little reaction, likely due to prior anticipation. The move enhances XRP's liquidity and lays the groundwork for long-term growth, though legal uncertainty over its classification as a security still clouds its ETF future. The SEC has postponed decisions on spot Solana ETF proposals from 21 Shares and Bitwise initiating formal review proceedings. The regulator cited concerns under Section 6b-5 of the Exchange Act, focusing on investor protection and fraud prevention. Despite delays, analysts remain optimistic, assigning a 90% approval chance. Solana Futures launched recently on the CME, but Sol's price fell 1.28% to $164.98. RSI indicators suggest a potential midterm rebound, though regulatory uncertainty remains a drag on momentum. BlackRock has acquired another $8.65 million worth of Ethereum via Coinbase, continuing its strategic accumulation of Ethereum. The asset manager had previously bought over $19.6 million in Ethereum, signaling confidence in Ethereum's long-term potential. BlackRock's bullishness is driven by Ethereum 2.0 upgrades and its dominance in DeFi and NFTs. The move has buoyed market sentiment, though Ethereum remains volatile, currently trading near $2,500. The purchase further legitimizes Ethereum as a serious institutional asset. Texas lawmakers have passed the second reading of a bill to establish a state-run Bitcoin reserve with bipartisan support. The reserve would be managed by the Texas Comptroller. The third reading is expected soon, after which the bill could reach the governor's desk. Following Trump's executive order for a national Bitcoin reserve, interest among U.S. states has surged. Arizona and New Hampshire have already enacted similar laws, while other states and countries like Ukraine and Ireland are exploring the concept. Robinhood has submitted a 42-page proposal to the SEC advocating for federal regulation of tokenized real-world assets, RWAs. The plan calls for asset token equivalence and a unified legal framework to replace state-by-state compliance. Robinhood has also announced its real-world asset exchange, RRE, featuring tokenized trading of bonds, funds, real estate, and more, with compliance ensured via Jumio and Chainalysis. The platform will use Solana and Base chains for high-speed execution. Meanwhile, Robinhood is reportedly acquiring Bitstamp to expand its crypto footprint. So that's all for the latest Kanga Crypto news, but before we wrap up, there's one more important announcement: our competition. So what's the best way to get some free KNG tokens? Just take part in the competition! Wow, you can do it too! Every week, you can win some KNG tokens for free. Pretty good, right? Good deal. We want that. So here's the results of our last week competition. We have... And we do not have a winner. However, don't worry. All the tokens that you could have won this week are going to be available in the next pool. So you make sure to participate. So, do you want to be the next winner? Here's how. Predict the Ethereum to USDT value that will appear on our exchange at 9 a.m. Central European Time on the day of the next Kanga Crypto News episode, every Friday. You can find the market link in the description below. So, submit your predictions in the following format: hashtag Kanga Crypto News, the next episode number followed by your predicted value. To win, your guess must be the closest to the actual Ethereum value, but it cannot differ by more than 10 USDT in either direction. Does 10 USDT seem like a small margin to you? Well, you can increase it to 20 USDT if you leave an additional comment under the video that's unrelated to the contest. You can write anything you like for example, comment on any of the news. That's why you're here, right? That's why you're here. Every week, the winner will receive prize pool in KNG tokens equivalent to 10% of the likes on the latest Kanga Crypto News episode, plus any rollover KNG tokens from the previous competitions that have not had a winner. That's all free money, guys. Free money, free tokens. You want that? All you need to do is write a comment with your prediction and you can win. For more details, check the description below. So did you enjoy the video? Give us a thumbs up, share, and subscribe to stay updated with all the latest news. As always, stay informed and stay ahead in the blockchain world. See you next time.
We are Kanga, beyond crypto.